It's not. No. Now it is.
Government official.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Gigi, did you want to record?
I did.
All right, then let's call the August CAPS meeting to order at 6:00 p.m. exactly. We get a roll call, please.
Andrew Vaughn.
Here.
Sherry Smith. Here. Liza McKenzie. Here. Chris Nunez.
Here.
Claire's not here. Sochi Luna.
Here.
Jason Hansen.
Here.
And Councilmember Shaw will be here soon.
All right, and this, I guess I failed to put kind of a welcome on the preliminary matters here.
It's there.
Oh, is it? Oh, you did it?
B.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Jason, we gotta wait two more items here. Does anybody have anything they'd like to comment, change, or add to the agenda? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
I will motion to approve the agenda as printed.
I agree.
All right, have a motion and a second, the agenda is approved. Do we have any public comment online? Okay, now we can welcome Jason to the committee. Jason, thanks for applying and going through the process here in this room and joining us. I think typically we do a quick around the room, so I'm Andrew Vaughn, please call me Drew. I've been doing this about 4 years now, chair for 3.5 of them, I guess. I know.
Seems like a long time.
It does. It is starting to feel like a long time.
Thanks, Drew.
With you, we now have 9, and it's the first time we've had 9 since I've been here, so it's cool. I think we may be the only committee currently at full staff.
Historic.
Historic's full up?
Yeah, they're both mine.
Nice. Compliment there.
Committees.
You're doing something right. I'm
You're right, it's been years since it's been at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was at 9 when I first got here, and then
Yeah.
it changed very shortly after that. It's never been at 9. So,
Thank you. Yeah, I'm an aerospace engineer. I'm not like a formal artist, but I do photography, and kids are artists and into music and all this stuff. So I just joined so that I could help bring art to the town.
I'm Liza McKenzie. I'm the vice chair. I'm mother of teenagers, and now I'm a sensory panelist. And I do some art as well, and I've been here almost as long as you. So a little over 3 years. And it's super fun, most of the time.
Hi, I'm Sochi Luna. I've been living in Superior for 1.5 years. And last year I finished a PhD in religious studies, and I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do with that. But I would like to contribute with the things I know to this committee.
I'm Sherry. I have Smith. I have a degree in art. I opened a little gallery in downtown Superior last year, foolishly. And I don't remember how long I've been on the committee. Probably as long as Drew has.
Or maybe.
I think you came on right when I came on the committee. Anyways, no matter. Seems like 1,000 years. And yeah, we do a lot of good things. Have a lot of good conversations. So welcome.
And I'm Chris Nunez. I'm one of his neighbors, and I think I recruited you. And just so the cameras can hear it too, I have an entertainment law background, and I ran a digital art studio for a long time, doing art projects all over the world. And now I don't do any art except for here.
sure.
Jason Hansen, excited to be joining the committee. When Chris talked about this, we were actually at the Civic Center doing the Pinewood Derby for the local scout group. And he was saying, hey, do you know anybody? And the more he talked about it, I was like, I think I'd like to throw my hat in on this one. My mom is an artist, and that was a formative part of my childhood, is seeing her become a self-made artist. And I'm the oldest of 4 boys, and so as my brothers, as she was pregnant with them, and as they were coming up. I'm 7, 10, and 12 years older, so I was passenger seat for so many fun adventures, and we started to do the art shows, and just to see how art transformed our life. She was a volunteer to run after-school programs related to art. She now travels and teaches full-time, and a lot of her work is really about increasing access to art and to some of the things that can do for the youth. And that was just always really impactful for me, and I was excited to be able to think about serving in this community, and I felt like this was a way that I might be able to grow, to contribute. I think I bring some unique things more as an art enthusiast than an artist myself. My day job has me at CU Boulder running their top leadership program called the President's Leadership Class that our mission started Clint Folsom is an alum of our program, our former mayor, and this program started in 1972 to help Colorado kids make good on staying here. And that's a mission that I really identify with as we were looking to set up roots. And my background's in talent development and running leadership programs at universities, a bit of both. And I'm a community builder at heart. I felt like this was one of the ways I might be able to contribute. Excited to be here with you.
Thanks. Welcome.
Thanks.
Juji,
Who are you?
who are you?
You won't know me. Jennifer Garner, Arts and History Supervisor, liaison to CAPS and Historic, and Marshall Fire Remembrance, and a lot of other things.
We have a lot going on. We'll introduce you to it kind of as we go. None of us are like professionals at this. Don't be intimidated. Just speak up. We're just a bunch of enthusiastic residents trying to do the best we can. So,
We just make it look easy.
make it look easy. That's right. All right.
Yeah, we can hand them out. I can, since we're all introducing ourselves. I'm Tim. Very nice. Some of you guys know me already. So, some of you guys I haven't actually been able to work with in any capacity yet. So I'm the recreation supervisor for facilities. The title is kind of undercuts the totality of what it is, though. So I also oversee our programs coordinators for indoor programs as well, but I also support all the programs that happen in the town of Superior as well, including our senior programs, any private contractors that are running programs through either the civic space or at the community center. And if you can think about it, I've probably done it at this point. I'm just rounding the base on my 21st year in Parks and Rec. I started when I was 16 years old, building little haunted mansions, and that was, back in 2003, I think it was, and kind of done it the rest of my life. Basically, what you guys have in front of you is I discovered Canva, and I want you guys to, I knew I was coming into an arts committee, so I really wanted it to look fashionable.
You did good.
Well, I am also wrapping up some data science into it, so, you got to have vegetables before you have dessert. Essentially, you guys are actually getting the first introduction to the findings of our program survey. So we did a survey that started in June. We had roughly 400 and something participants, which, given the demographic of Superior, makes it a statistically valid survey, so we can make some inferences on kind of what the public is looking for in not just programs, but essentially kind of the overarching message of what they're trying to get out of the activities that are running, events that are running, and the programs that we're offering. I know that you guys have put your hand in before in the past, not just with a program or two, but you guys run recurrent events and activities such as the films that go on, but you guys also do art displays and that type of thing as well. I think the data that we received will help us kind of understand what are some of the things that you guys can provide when you guys are doing those to better serve the community and have a wider reach to the community as as well. So if you look at it right off the bat, the number one thing that people are looking for, and it's across all demographics, age, familial structure, what they're looking for, the number one thing is always fun. And it seems like it's like a very reductionist way of thinking about doing activities, but it truly is what people are looking for. And in a nutshell, fun is what everybody is wanting when they show up to an activity. There are demographics that are looking for enriching experiences, but almost always when they're looking for an enriching experience, they couple it with wanting to have fun with that enrichment as well. We do have a very, when people engage, they are very satisfied. So we're looking at a score of 4.57 out of 5, which means people are overly satisfied with the programs. People are even happier when it comes to the arts and creative cohort that we have in this town as well. So they're happier than the average resident when it comes to satisfaction with that one. The biggest thing that we also see across all demographics, it's going to be obstacles, or the major obstacle is time of offering. So I know this is not shocking to most people, but if things are offered at 2 p.m. on a Thursday, it's very difficult for people to show up. People do enjoy those 6 o'clock ones, and they are enjoying some kind of weekend. They are looking, though, for a low risk, meaning they don't want to feel like they're cornered and trapped into like some kind of process. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They want to be able to just drop in kind of on their own accord. If you guys look at the bottom, I kind of wanted to provide just some of the qualitative requests that we got. So those are the fill in the blanks of what people are looking for. Overwhelmingly, it kind of categorizes into a lot of music, theater, and performing arts. So that would be using the stage at Civic. That would be drop-in jam band circles. I know we've had a couple of like drum circles that we have out in the plaza right now. And those are the things that people overwhelmingly are asking for in the qualitative requests. Let's see here if there's anything else unique on this one.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Does that parse apart any finer detail? The
Yeah.
music, theater, performing arts one?
I can do that. This is kind of just the first version of it.
Okay.
For the most part, I would say when I was looking at it, the music and the theater, kind of the through line was people wanting to be able to get on stage and do something. So kind of like that open mic night type of atmosphere. But then there's also that social component, which is why the jam band or that kind of circle, I feel like, is what came up with that. But I can parse apart that too to see who wants to do theater versus who wants to play music versus who wants to do musical theater.
So this is participatory,
Yeah.
not audience.
Yeah, this would be participatory. So it's not like,
That is interesting.
yeah, they don't want to like put on their own concert. They almost kind of want to have like that, almost like that subgroup where you kind of have your group of individuals who you do those activities with. And we've seen a couple of them organically at the community center. We have a group of seniors who show up on Saturday who always play guitars in the open space. And they kind of started in a similar way where it was just like, oh, we put it on the schedule, and then they started showing up for it. So that kind of is like, it's a little bit of like the organic grouping that they really are seeking out. Next, the cohort, so the artistic and creative cohort, they are just as aware of what's going on as the general public. They're
Did you identify it?
just asking them, what's your normal consumption of like what's going on in the town? And then you do like email, social media, rec guide, those types of things. And then people say, I don't know, too. So people aren't getting information in those ones. They could also choose to say that they aren't getting the information. So from a comparison of it, it's essentially the same amount of the general population as the art and creative cohort.
Sorry, maybe I didn't understand you, but how do you identify the artistic and creative cohort from the survey data? You just-
They have a choice, so they get to choose like what programs interest them, and of the programs, like they can pick essentially artistic or creative. So
Pretty sure I took this, but I don't recall it.
that's okay, yeah. But yeah, so that's essentially how we identify it. There is one key part to it. They are a little bit more likely to look at social media, not by a statistically significant amount, but by enough to where I noticed they were probably about 10% more likely to look at social media compared to the average person. So, but still, I think the main drivers are going to be the emails and the rec guide that we put out every 3 times a year. So any information that's going out through that rec guide, roughly 50% of the cohort is getting their information through that. Last, again,
Did you have a
Yeah.
Did you have a percentage by any chance for Hello Superior?
I didn't put it on here. I can look at, I have like I use RStudio, so it's kind of like the data analysis software. So it's in there, but if I didn't put it on, it's probably because it was in the like 15 to below threshold for it. The general population, though, is I think Hello Superior was the 3rd most consumed on the general. So I'll have to look at it just to confirm the information on it. And then our last thing that just kind of keeping in mind is that flexibility is the key for what so many people are looking for. So people mentioned it, 36% of the artistic cohort, they mentioned flexibility without it being prompted. That was just in the open-ended. They mentioned that they're looking for things like drop-in, they're looking for things that are a little bit flexible for them to show up, that kind of thing. So I don't know essentially what that looks like for you guys, but you guys are the professionals when it comes to arts. So I would entrust you guys with the information. And then just the last stuff, always as a reminder, there are always 3 things that I try and remind the committees with. Anytime you guys are going to offer any program or event, we just appreciate knowing about it when you guys are coming up with the idea for it. That's because we have a longer timeline when it comes to all of the contractors that we have. We typically, like, they'll put in a request. We have to vet the request. We have to make sure that they have all the documents that they need from their W-9s ready. And that process can take anywhere from 3 to 4 months to get it into actual motion. Sometimes we've had offerings that are similar to people we have under contract, and we've had to cancel programs that were scheduled for a contractor, or they've had to rework it. So we just ask to be notified if you guys are coming up with anything like that so we can be aware of it. Also, free or heavily subsidized programs, they do make it difficult for independent art contractors to compete. So when if you guys are running any programs or anything like that, just again, let us know. So that way we can work with you guys on it to make sure that the contractors can also still have their niche, whatever they're doing, and they can run viable programs. And then last, that contractor cycle with 3 to 4 months, that's for us to allocate space, set up registration, and developing a marketing timeline. That includes the rec guide as well. So, and again, I don't know how far out you guys go with stuff like that as well, but
At least that.
yeah.
We're trying to.
Okay, yeah, like, and again, like the consumption of the rec guide being so high too, like it would be easier for us to be able to mention an event or an activity that's coming up as well. But it does have to kind of fit in that timeline of that 3 to 4 months, so that way we can make sure that we can send it to Slate and get it back and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's just kind of the sped up version of it. I do have a lot of data on this one as well, but I figure just for the purposes of the committee here, this is probably the most relevant stuff for you guys. So if you guys have any questions about it, please feel free. I'll open up. Yeah.
Can you recall any of our programs that actually did hamstring a contractor's event?
Off the top of my head, I would think, I think there was some conflict with, was there CB Art conflict, I feel like, in the past? I don't know, I'm
I don't know
relatively
if there
new
was
in
like
this one.
any specific class, but I think when, there was a time when I know there were a lot of art workshops going on, and then CAPS had a lot of art workshops, and CAPS were free. I know that was tough, but I don't think there were any, like there was not a contracted stained glass person and then Stephanie from CAPS. I don't think there was that
No.
kind of scenario.
But we
I don't
did,
think.
yeah, I did run into problems with, we did have a contractor who was trying to offer activities, it was the ARTery, I think it was, that we struggled kind of getting off the floor too. That was a little bit of the price point that they were setting to was a little bit, I thought it was a little bit high, but that would be the main contractor that we've tried to float in the past that kind of failed when it came to trying to introduce arts, not just at the community center, but also at the civic space as well, in the maker space. So yeah, I would say that one's it, but
I would say kind of what we said to Michaela last month, actually, that we're required to do our work plan,
yeah,
like this year, right? So we'll have all the 27 planned
okay,
by the end of the year, right? So then that's recorded, published, it's out, public record, right? So we may not have like everything down to the day the previous year, but we pretty much look a year out. So like film festival stuff, right? That was, we knew last year in November or something, right, that we were going to be doing the films. It wasn't like it was a secret. Right?
yeah,
And then on the other hand, the stuff that Pros does is, as far as we're concerned, completely black box, right? Those contractors, we don't know that until we see them for ourselves in the rec guide, right? So Michaela sent us a plan for her events for 2027, and we could appreciate getting some of that. So
Okay.
that we don't, because I don't want to waste my time. We're going to do our work plan here over the next 3 or 4 months, and I don't want to plan a bunch of stuff, and it turns out you have a bunch of things in the works that we're going to stomp on, or we're going to have to resolve a conflict later on. Right?
yeah, I like that one actually.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because we do have reasons for denying, because like we have program contractors who will offer a class, for example, and we would say that directly competes with something across the street, for example. Like we don't want to undercut local businesses, but at the same, we can also say that we also don't want to undercut some of the offerings that are already in the pipe and ready to go.
Sure.
So we do always reserve that right to be able to kind of suggest that they don't run a program or kind of usher them to a different direction where they can run that as well. So
I mean, and in my opinion, we're here to sponsor, ideate, get these things started. I have no interest in competing with if the market is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
doing
we've
that.
stepped back from a lot of programming.
Yeah, you guys, this group isn't
So-
doing as much programming, but I think knowing that you're 3 to 4 or sometimes even 6 months out, would it be possible to get like a quarterly report, just so that they see what's coming down the pike? Especially if you all are interested in programs next year. I don't know if you are. I know you haven't even had that conversation yet, but if it looks like they're going to be wanting to do some programs, maybe we could get on a regular basis. So because half of them are very artistic, to the point of wanting to offer workshops themselves.
Yeah.
So those repeat, if they could see it coming.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, we can certainly do it. I mean, like, again, it's one of those things where I think, like, when we work in lockstep together, that's where great things come out of it. Which is why, like, also, like, you get things like, hey, this is what the people are asking for, essentially. That's why you come forth with it, just to give everybody notification about it. So, no, I think it would be great as well. And honestly, it just hasn't been on my radar. I haven't been to, like, a lot of the committees. I've been to Park, and I've been to CAPS now for the first time. But there are just so many moving pieces with, you know, every domain out there. But again, like, I think it'd be fantastic if you guys know what's coming, and then your guys' information is publicly available, and I have JG right here. And
if you've got things that you're
Yeah.
hearing that people want, but there's nobody stepping up to do it, that would be something that we could know
Yeah.
and tackle, right? So-
yeah,
And I know that part of this talks about, you know, the possibility of potentially one of them becoming a contractor, but what about an opportunity for CAPS just to, you know, especially with this data, to say, hey, here's a list of just really great ideas.
yeah.
We don't have contractor ideas, we don't have it, but here's some ideas. Would it be okay for them to float them to you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to float the ideas that you guys can think of with all of the materials here. I can tell you that people truly enjoy the relationships that they make with the people who are putting on the programs. So I've seen the relationships that are built. Those tend to create a lot of success. So when floating ideas, like, we can definitely go out and we can look around for independent contractors too. But truly, you guys are probably, like, when you guys are showing up for the events and you guys are talking with the people, those are the parts that are really having a large impact on participation numbers in programs and events and activities. At least that part's a little harder to quantify with data, but sometimes your eyes can tell you enough, and I can tell you that I've seen those relationships. They really, really mean a lot to the residents of Superior.
Great. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Ooh, I thought I had one more hand.
Oh,
What,
Yeah.
just getting started, what are the events or the programs that have worked best? Do you have a sense of some of those?
I mean, it's across the board. I do think, like the movie nights, for example, those documentaries are very successful.
but as far as what's in the rec guide?
Yeah, what's in the rec guide? Senior breakfast is always a really popular event. Poker, shockingly, is a very popular event for seniors too. No. After 8, when we close the building, then it is. But, but no, that one's really popular. We did start a kind of like a toddler hangout play kind of thing. We had 16 people there this morning, which is a lot for a little room. So that one's definitely growing a lot as well. In the past, we had improv. Improv was really popular, and I think that's part of the performing arts part that I see here as like a gap. But that's good. It was a good sign though, because essentially they were an independent contractor who worked with us, and they worked so well that they could actually go brick and mortar, which is kind of the terminal destination for anybody who's super successful. So that's a very popular program. Open mic night has been popular. Drum circle, but that's also another kind of, you can drop in low pressure, and it's loud enough to where you don't even have to be good. But it does have that kind of inclusivity to it as well. So a lot of, but the through line for all of those are, like, people are making friends at these programs, and when they make those friends, that's what brings them again and again and again. So, yeah.
One follow-up. Do we or have we considered ever anything related to the school closure days?
Yeah, so we're timing our kind of like our we have half day camps. So those are like summer camps with the Creatory, or not Creatory, Snapology is who we're using now. But yeah, we have a couple of timed camps for the kids, and the summer camps this year, we actually changed our timeline this year, so that way we could, because every parent stresses out about what to do, because like COVID taught so many parents that their kids are wacky at school, and when they come home and you're trying to work remote, they are equally wacky. So we've heard a lot about just kind of changing when the registration window is. So we changed our registration window for summer camps specifically. And that led to a lot of our summer camps getting higher enrollment this year. And we're doing the same with like no school days for BVSD, that kind of thing as well. Yeah, of course.
You said something about haunted mansions?
Oh, that was in 2003.
Okay, but that sounds like a workshop.
Oh, it was fun.
Was that like a big mansion or like little dollhouse mansions?
No,
What
it
were you
was
doing?
so my brother worked in Parks and Rec for the city of Yorba Linda, and they needed essentially rec aides, so it was a volunteer position, which is crazy because they gave me a hammer and nails, but it was building out using the actual plywood and building kind of like the little recesses that you could hide behind, and
Or like a haunted house?
Yeah.
So you could do that.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming.
It would be
See a
fun.
program.
I know. We have it. Well, Silk, yeah.
Oh, instead of see a
Yeah, I was like, Silk has a great program as well.
I'm trying to kill anybody
Yeah,
in your life.
the teen night would be fun for that
That
one
would be
too.
so fun.
Yeah, the teen nights are another one too that are also a popular one. But those again it's relationship built.
Yeah, and there's always that possibility too of collaborating with another advisory group. Like Silk could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
It is a very fond memory for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Halloween's coming, maybe next year.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You don't really think about it, but you do carry random things from your youth into your adulthood. You don't know what you're going to carry. But I do remember carrying the Haunted Mansion into it. It was so fun. So it was such a great experience.
Silk is down 10 members if you know any kids.
10 members?
Yeah, they had 12 roll off and only 2 come in.
What's the age range?
It's basically 8th grade through 12th grade. Is that right? And you could go longer past 12th grade, but I don't think anybody has.
I have an 8th grader though.
Yeah.
I have 9th and 12th.
There's 3 right there.
Making a quorum.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And then if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want like any more data, just kind of pulled apart, my email's on the back. You can reach out to me, and I'll send it all that I have to date. And then I also remember I'm an amateur, so at least when it comes to data. Thank you guys so much, though. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's good information. I'm really, really surprised by some of these numbers.
Yeah.
All right, time to go walk a dog.
Perfect.
We need Sue's back.
I was going to say, we started the drum circles. That was already.
See, hands-on studio art, only 3.6. So I think it's good that we dropped some of our programming, right, Sherry?
Not according to the people that are coming into my place.
Oh, really?
We need classes, we need workshops, we need
Show up.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's like a daily.
Huh.
So,
Yeah, and it's funny, like, did any of those people take this survey? Hard to say,
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
interesting.
the residents of downtown.
But do they use any of the small studio, like CB Arts or your workshops, or they want Freetown workshops?
No, they want us to do workshops.
But for free? Like, is that
No.
what? No, they want to pay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Interesting.
Sounds awesome.
Does the quilting place do well at their workshops?
The quilting place they collaborated with CB Arts this summer, and it looks like they did really good collaborations. So that I thought was really cool.
interesting.
All right, we gotta get moving.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
You know,
Around 1?
So staff updates, I take it A is handled here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's take it away, JG.
Okay, so we'll go to 3B, resident slideshow, call for submissions. We're currently at 7. And I'm guessing there's probably going to be a few more because I've gotten email questions, just little things here and there. And so the deadline is Sunday, the 30th. I probably won't switch it off until I get in Monday morning. But the reviews period is, I have on there that it's a 2-week period. If we need longer, great. But I think, is it Andrew, an artist?
Yeah.
Okay, an artist is out of the country, so we'll have to figure that out.
Do we need to run that past the whole committee, like final
It's a-
subcommittee?
I think that was a subcommittee thing.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, so maybe with artists being out, maybe I can touch base with you and
Yeah.
send you what we've got and kind of figure out some next steps. I'm happy to help with some of that.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Mural repairs, AJ got kind of pulled away on another mural, but he said he'll have the repairs done this weekend.
Okay.
So I think we're good there. And then you might need to turn around. You.
P-Dogs.
P-Dogs.
Look at those, too cute.
Sorry, it's really hard for me to see from back here. Okay. No, you're not in the way. It's just that some of the things. Okay, so wanted to check back with you. I did not pop a photo in here of where you all had talked about the Coyote Hawk going, but it's to your far right out of the photo. You're still thinking about that, but we had talked about putting a prairie dog right here, and I just wanted to make sure you're still good with that because I need to push for it. We're good? All right. Didn't know if you guys had changed your mind since that other bed looks so different now, like if you wanted to put Coyote Hawk here.
It may not, I mean, hopefully everybody else knows, because like the food hall and the pizza parlor are gonna go there, like I can't recall
Right here?
exactly, yeah, I can't recall exactly what's in that space right there.
Right here?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the planter bed, but like what's on there, because once you get to the edge of the planter bed, that's their property.
Right here,
I
and
can't
back.
recall what, maybe it's just like seating areas they've got right there, I can try to pull up the map.
Yeah, I don't know how close to the
Yeah.
wall of the building comes.
Oh, so you'd like what if there's a tall building right here
Yeah,
and then
which
you
there-
can't?
Yeah, there isn't, but that's exactly what I'm thinking about, is like whatever their overlay is from the concept, and they haven't submitted construction drawings yet, so that's the only sort of hesitation I would have about.
They redid that garden, right? That was one of the ones that they did the Coyote Hawk side and they did this
Yeah,
one too, right?
I just need to get a concrete pad in there and then I'll just get a prairie dog on there. So I just wanted to double check before I do it.
How tall is that going to be, that
Oh,
building?
it's only like 2 stories.
Oh, really?
And it's actually much closer to the sports stable, like at the back of that parcel.
Oh, okay.
But since they had that whole thing, they wanted to turn it into like a bit of a beer garden, sort of place to watch the concert
Ooh, that'll be
and also
fun.
get beer. But I
And
just can't remember what's.
It's kind of stepped back too, right? Because
Yeah.
the top front is a patio or something, right? Of that.
Yeah, that's true.
I think, right?
Which one would go there?
The food hall goes on.
No, which prairie dog?
Oh.
I forget.
Do we try
I
to
was
keep
thinking the
yours?
water themed one that was at Purple Park that got vandalized. But that said, we've got 3 prairie dogs at the pools that need to get moved because construction's going to be starting. So we could put one of these 3 there, or we could even put 2. We could put Sherry's 2.
What were you thinking of storing them and putting them back?
Yeah. So, but the thing one thought is, I mean, we could put a couple pads here and put 2 prairie dogs because now with taking these 3 out of the pool, we've got the water themed one and the baseball one.
The water theme one should go to a pool, right?
It should. It probably, how about, what if we put this one right here? Right here?
Didn't the water theme one used to live next to the chamber building over here for a while?
It was,
Which is, I mean, to your point, it's kind
but
of.
the miner's there now. But how about if I put this one? This is at North Pool. Why don't I put this one here? And then we'll plan for the water-themed one to go to one of the pools. And then Sherry, or do you have any thoughts about these two? They could go into storage. Do you want them downtown?
They're married.
They are married, they can't be separated.
Alvin and
Maybe a trial
For the
separation for you.
What about the ARTery?
They can go in the ARTery.
Well, I think the group would want to decide if they go back to the pools when the pools are done, or do they not ever go back to the pools and they go on the ARTery? I mean, there's all kinds of choices. I just wanted you to know, I'm gonna, try to keep pushing to get this pad and a dog there, but then we've got 3 dogs that are getting pulled out of the pool entrances. So,
South Pool has a much better sort of entryway to have 2 prairie dogs on either side of the door. So you put the water one at the North Pool.
yeah, for sure.
And the North Pool one is undercover too, which is nice.
Yeah,
Just for-
but I could
for
move.
where.
So are you okay with me moving this North Pool one to here,
Yep.
to Civic Garden? Okay, all right. Moving on, bigger things to go over with Mural Festival administration.
So just to point out the obvious, we're going to have predator and prey then in the plaza
Right on.
with the coyote
Circle of
hawk.
life.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just need some grubs on the corner of the whole circle.
so wanted you to know that we did work with we got bids from 3 different photo videographer groups. We chose Donna Larita and Dylan Warner. They've worked with Streetwise in the past. They seem to have the best package of deliverables, so they will be on-site pre-event and event, and we'll be doing 3 to 5 video reels as well as a photo library. So I feel really comfortable, really happy about them being on board for documenting. Comms does know. I do believe that they will be augmenting with photography and other things. So I think we'll be pretty well covered. I still don't think it's a bad idea to do that Kirati. I mean, because that was just gets people involved, so that's a great possibility.
Talk about that again in a little while.
Mural painting, just want you to know that some of the artists will be starting as early as September 17th, just because their prep work takes a really long time. Nobody's going to have a full-blown mural done, that same week, but just know that we will start seeing some activity as early as September 17th. Some of the artists are going to need storage power, generators, cones, things like that. So we've created a kind of a storage and checkout system at the civic space, and the GSAs will be essentially assisting us. We are going forth with we talked about this last month, but we're going forth with Thursday, October 1st, 6 to 7:30 p.m. for the artist talk outside of the civic space in that little plaza amphitheater area. So the artists will be kind of on that stage area in chairs, and then audience can be out on that grassy area. The youth mural is moving along. Julie Young was the artist that Streetwise paired with Timothy Posey at SES, and they have started. I just wanted to kind of show you the initial design. So the artist kind of is working more with the deer, and all of these other elements are collage forms that students get to work on independently. The artist will help kind of get it all, so it may not look exactly like this, but it'll look somewhat close. so it's basically 3 separate panels. So it's 3 4-foot by 8-foot sheets of plywood that combined will end up being a 12-foot tall by 8-foot wide mural, which will be installed at the Civic Space. It'll be delivered on Monday, September 21st, and then I will work with Liam, our facilities guy, to get that installed. So it's going to be very heavy, but beautiful. I'm really excited about it.
Hey, sorry, that was SES. Is there only the one school?
Yeah, so the El Dorado the principal decided not to participate because their art teacher resigned and moved, and their new art teacher just started, and so they felt it was too hefty of a project to put on to a new art teacher. And we had all these other plans, well, what if they just do small collage pieces and we'll do more of the heavy lifting over here, and he said no. So, but next time, we'll definitely make sure they're involved.
Schools are going to be different next time.
Yeah, they are.
Right? Moving along. So the mural festival itself, remember, Sunday, October 4th, 1 to 4 p.m. The Civic Space will be open for youth mural viewing and other smaller booth-like tables for Streetwise and the artists. Upstairs will be closed as kind of a staging area, artist rest area, storage of personal supplies and things of that nature. We decided to do a map and passport so that people can walk around and meet all the artists and make sure they meet all of them. And guess what we're going to use? We're going to use those old plein air flags that I had made a few years ago because they're so visible. They've got numbers on them, so that's why we decided to go with this numbered list and keep on using those big, crazy flags.
That's great.
And then the next item, I think, on my list was artwork signage project. And I'm just going to be honest with you, I've not made hardly any movement on this at all, just because of Mural Festival, the Marshall Fire Remembrance, and both CAPS and Historic. It's just been really busy.
And you've got them fabricated. We need the plaques and then the mounting and just the install. Is that right? So the actual, where are they? You've had the bases fabricated, right?
Right. So as far as the face right here,
those all need to be made.
Yeah, and they turn them around pretty quick, and then they'll mail them to me. So that's not an issue. It's more of making the decisions of where they go, me getting utilities out to do locates to make sure we can put them there. And I think Sochi and Claire kind of learned the same thing when we did our site visit, kind of good and not good places to put things, because of snow removal and sidewalk snow removal and utilities and things like that. So we kind of looked at this area a couple months ago, and just as a map, I know this is really hard to see, but I had proposed, there's these little sidewalks right here, and I had proposed in the rocks on kind of the north and south end, and then you all, very hard to see, I'm sorry, you had proposed maybe the east and west sides, and I just wanted to double check so that, again,
I've walked this a bunch of times, and I'm pretty sure that's the right place right there.
This right here?
Yep.
So in the rocks here and in the rocks, because there's a sidewalk here, yeah.
I don't know if you need both, but definitely that one where your cursor is.
I've never walked on that side.
You've never walked over here?
No.
Okay, I'm so glad because I was for some reason I thought you wanted over here. So for sure right here, and then what about north and south?
No,
People
hustle across, and if people are crossing McCaslin and stopping in the middle, they're going to confuse traffic and stuff.
So just one right here?
That's what I think.
Okay, perfect.
And that's going to be, they're going to build that corner out. There's supposed to be a big restaurant, it's going to draw people.
Okay, so this is my list. I will keep working on it, and I will check in with you.
Thank
because you and I have been working on that. Okay,
Going back to the mural festival real quick,
sure.
is the chamber looped in on that? Are they participating in any way or supporting?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, this is predominantly Streetwise, and then the Fall Fest, so it's the events department.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I guess, why don't I ask Michaela, because I'm not sure if they're involved in any of the booths or not.
If we want some of the businesses to support the next one, having them looped in now might be good exposure.
Why don't I ask her if they have a booth or if they're involved in any way?
I believe that the Chamber of Commerce uses Curati, that they have a
Yeah, they do.
license with them or whatever for their events and that kind of thing. So there may be some
Yeah.
connection there.
Yeah. And then the last item on my list, you had asked me to look into the potential of having some sort of superior merchandise or sales, and ultimately that puts us in a kind of an awkward position because government can't really operate retail-like scenarios. And so I said, well, what about the t-shirts that we sell at Chili Fest? And that's different because it's part of an overarching community event. There's sponsors. A lot of times there's sponsors on the back of those t-shirts, and it's part of that overall budget. Whereas if we were just to flat out propose merchandise, we'd have to have budget for it, which we don't, and staffing. Both of which, ultimately, if it's something that you really want to look into because of budget and staffing, it would need to be a formal request to council.
So for the Chili Fest, for example, because it's part of a bigger event, do those sales receipts go to the budget of that event?
No,
No.
goes to the general fund.
General fund.
And then that's part of the problem, is like the historical committee like wants to sell their books, but the money goes to like over here versus the expenses go over there.
Yeah.
Because it's not a money in, money out, like a checking account.
No one knows how to sell.
Well, in
Yeah.
part, I mean, I know that comms like rapidly protects their IP or whatever, right? But we could let the downtown business, like there's, the airport sells Colorado gear, everybody sells Colorado gear, why
Yeah.
can't the town of Superior, somebody,
Well-
even in downtown Superior, sell t-shirts, somebody,
Well, that's
Crazy.
that's my next point, is that a lot of times government will partner with nonprofit. For instance, City of Denver, Department of Arts and Venues, which oversees, all Red Rocks, their public art collection, they partner with the Denver Art Museum. The Denver Art Museum gift shop sells a lot of Denver merch, including the big blue bear statues, all that stuff. So if we had an arts or some sort of nonprofit that we were partnered with, it'd be really easy to do. So again, we can't function like a normal retail like store. And because there's not a dedicated budget right now, not that there couldn't be in the future, but it would need to be a formal request to council. As far as staffing goes, again, part of that formal request, but solution pretty straightforward and easy is that it would probably be through the civic space and the community center front desks. That's about the only place. But again, a nonprofit would be an MOU or a formal contract agreement for those sales, and that would be a lot cleaner and easier to do.
and you could share all the IP with that nonprofit, all the
Under a license.
Fox-
Yeah, I mean,
Foxes,
yeah.
the license, yeah.
So just something to think about.
Is it a function of like expense matching with revenue?
We can't show a profit or a loss technically, again, because the town gets audited every year,
Yeah.
and it's just,
Okay.
yeah, it's just a very different system, but not impossible.
I think people want it. I would
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I would love to just take my money. I want to buy a T-shirt
Yeah.
with the logo on it and wear it around because I'm proud of
Yeah.
being here.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just got to get a little more creative.
Yeah.
I'll ask Claude right now.
I'll be your assistant.
Yeah, because I agree. I think there could be some really fun things created, whether it's an offshoot of the public art collection or something different. And that's all I got.
Okay, thank you, except I may tap you for the very next thing. All right, let's
Oh,
move
wait,
into.
actually, it's not. I'm sorry.
All right.
We had a logistics meeting with Streetwise Arts about the mural festival in general, and I just reminded her, I said, hey, I have a meeting with CAPS on Thursday. Is there anything they can be doing? You know, because you don't have duties at the mural festival itself. But I said, is there anything you want me to ask of CAPS? And Leah said, she is really interested in getting artists together, like for happy hour or brunch or something like that. And she'd love to maybe have you involved or to help with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The mural art, you mean just doing like happy hours with the artists and stuff? Yeah.
Or a brunch on Sunday or, you know, something like that. So she might reach out for those things if you're open to that.
Totally.
Like with the community or like with us or like with them? Like who?
Like the artists and CAPS.
Like for all of us to hang out?
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about? Okay, well,
That's what I'm saying.
okay.
Meet and greet.
Meet and greet, okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Membership has privilege.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, and just a reminder that Michaela sent out a request for volunteer data. If you got that email, just don't forget about that and plug in any numbers and photos you might have.
I'm waiting to send in mine so that one of my favorite memories can be tomorrow night.
Yes, and please get photos if you can. That'd be wonderful. The GSAs are supposed to get photos too.
Okay.
We added extra curtains to the back garage and back window, so the whole place should be dark now because that partition wall will be gone. So we're good.
Make sure both speakers are pointing in the same direction.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on, general updates, debriefings, upcoming events, etc. So we did have a Marshall Fire Remembrance tag up. This was just a Zoom meeting. I don't know, do we want to, yeah, just in general, can you?
Yeah, go ahead. Or do you want me to?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Mostly it was staff reporting to the committee on progress. So there was the fundraising and there was the geotech, I guess, that was what we were talking about.
Yeah, so on the hillside where the Marshall Fire Remembrance is going to go, the geotech has been completed, and I'm sure it's getting analyzed like crazy by engineers and the designers, so we haven't heard any feedback on that. As far as fundraising is concerned, we have a draft agreement from Colorado Gives that we just got yesterday that we've sent over to town attorney to review, and from there it would go to council for review, just so everybody is fully aware of what the agreement entails. But Colorado Gives would basically be a fiscal partner to serve as basically a place for the money to go once we're ready. And because we're going to be asking everyone but Superior or Louisville or Boulder County residents for money, the town is looking to hire a fundraising consultant to lead a fundraising campaign. So that would be kind of on a local, regional, national level fundraising endeavor. So that's exciting. We've reached out to 6 different fundraising campaign marketing firms. Out of the 6, we've got 4 that are very interested, so we're going to be asking for proposals from them. And once we get them in hand, then the subcommittee that, the Marshall Fire Remembrance Subcommittee would be reviewing and selecting. So that's coming probably in the next month or 2.
Great progress. Getting there.
Going back to the mural festival, the chamber is not looped in at all.
Okay.
Thanks.
Blind spot.
All right, thanks, JG. So some things that have happened in the past couple weeks. Chris, you hosted the We Are As God. How did that go?
It was probably the smallest attendance we've had for the films, which I kind of credit to the title of the work. But everybody that was there seemed to like the film, and they stuck around afterwards because I brought a copy. I should have brought it with me tonight, but I brought a copy of the Whole Earth catalog from 1981, so people could see what Stuart Brand had actually done that Steve Jobs was talking about in his commencement address, which it turns out is like the most quoted commencement address ever. So I've also circled back with Stuart about some of the details, and he's pleased that we did it as well. So I would call it a stepping stone of success. Not a blowout, but
All right.
it worked.
All right, thanks. We'll get to the next one.
Yep.
Okay, so there was also a Circle Park ARTery work session. So we have ARTery down under number 5, and we've also got you here. Where would you prefer to talk about this and show your
It's up
pictures?
to you.
Why don't we do, if you're okay with it, why don't we do the presentation lower down and maybe just talk about, we can both talk a little bit about that walk we did.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we'll just postpone that down to the
Yeah.
work plan, or do you want to talk now about the?
Yeah, I think just debriefing the work session itself, it was myself, Leslie Clark, Matt Rarick, our superintendent, Claire, and Sochi. And we met at Circle Park, squeezed into a small truck, and drove back and forth the path. And it was really good hearing from the superintendent. I think Claire and Sochi really learned a lot as far as what the town has to deal with regards to regular maintenance, snow removals on those pathways, what areas of the walkway that we're looking to get rid of grass and put garden beds or rock.
Yeah.
And that rock areas are really the easiest, most straightforward areas because we don't have to worry about existing irrigation, things like that. Do you want to add to that?
No, Matt and Leslie, they were very helpful in showing us what we can do and we can't. Claire and I, we were talking that we're not so sure about how many pieces of art do we need to install. Like how, it's almost like 2 miles, right? The path that we look.
2
And
miles?
I think so, or maybe 1 mile.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe one.
It's okay.
No.
No.
Maybe 1. But
We'll let you show your slides here in a minute.
yeah, but we're not so sure like how much do we need, how much space do we need between one piece of art and the other one, or is just random?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and not to speak to your presentation because I'd like to save that, but I think just kind of in a nutshell, every stretch is going to be different based on the landscape and what's existing, what's not, what could be removed, what can't be removed, that kind of thing, and what opportunities exist, like that we weren't planning on, and I think you have some of that in your slideshow.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the gist of it. It was about an hour.
Okay, thank you. We'll come back to that in a minute. We also did CAPS had a presence at the summer market last Wednesday. That was actually really fun. Claire took the first shift, so she took the second shift, and I took the final shift. We just hung out. People variously came up to us. One of the most amusing and surprising things was we had a wheel, spin the wheel, and Claire and Sochi wrote, like all we had were the stickers and like a little tiny box of candy, right? So it said candy sticker all the way around. But the kids just see, they're walking, they see the wheel, they run over, they spin it, and then the parents follow. And while the kids are standing there watching the wheel spin, because it would spin for like a minute, we'd say, oh, hey, you guys know what's going on around town? We give them the flyer for the
And
mural
can
fest.
show what the stickers were.
Yeah, the stickers came out great. Nice. Got several.
yeah, people were very excited about the stickers.
Well, and then everybody liked, the interesting thing about the wheel is that we weren't trying to sell anything. We were literally giving stuff away and telling people about the mural festival that was about to happen in that same area and about the films, because JG had printed a lovely poster. And so we were telling people about these cool free things we were doing, and everybody was like, oh, really, right here, right? And I'm able to point right there at the civic space, movies, and yeah, right here on this walkway, those benches getting painted. And, so we got to tell people that, and it was cool, it was fun. So.
Good job.
I like that you told me that the candy was a big thing. So I did order your candy for Chili Fest. And better candy.
Who's doing Chili Fest with me?
I'm out of town. But
Anybody?
let's
Or
talk
is
about
that-
it more.
is
Talk
that-
about it more. And,
Oh, will we? Okay, yes, we will.
all right, everybody keeps jumping the gun. All right, moving up to upcoming. So tomorrow, the AI doc. It's going to be amazing. I will let Chris speak to it, but before he does, I'll just say everyone in the room should go, and you should go early.
I actually talked to an alum of our program. He was contracted to create Wyoming's AI for an education system. How do you develop ready learners that are ready in the AI era, but also career-ready folks? And he said he'd seen this already and just was raving about it.
People, this one is it on Netflix or something? I'm not sure. It's available because a couple people in the street market said, oh yeah, I saw that one a week or two ago or whatever. They had already.
It's also on the airlines, so you can watch it on the flight.
Okay. Anybody you show the trailer to is going to be like, oh yeah, I should see that, you know. Like,
So we are partnered with Rocky Mountain AI Interest Group on co-promoting and producing this movie tomorrow, and they have 100 RSVPs on their meetup, and they are sending aggressive reminders for people to change their RSVP if they can't make it. So I'm expecting 90 plus people from them to show up. The three panelists have been promoting this as well, as I shared with you all. At least one of them put a Substack out. I don't know what Jane Young has distributed from the state of Colorado, but we'll see if she puts anything out specifically as well. I'm curious, did we actually have any production budget for the films for this year? No? Okay.
we barely squeaked in the film licensing.
Okay. Just thinking it would be, with that number of people and potentially sticking around towards after for the talk, having like drinks there, but maybe I'll just front that myself and bring them in a bit cooler. So sodas or something?
Yeah. It was like.
Which one? Well, at the library, or one of them ended up with a bootleg video that someone took.
Oh, really?
Right.
Chris, if you do that, bring me a receipt.
Oh, wow.
I can't reimburse you for the tax part, but absolutely bring me a receipt if you end up doing that.
A couple cases of soda from Costco or something.
Yeah.
I
You
think
don't need to pay for that.
RMAG is going to bring some stuff for their people, but I told them no crinkly plastic, please.
Been there.
Yeah. So seems like it's shaping up to be a nice event.
So they had 100 reservation spots, and then we thought 30, 40, 50, whatever for
Ideally 50
Superior.
for us.
How is it just a first come, first serve, you think, or?
I would like to reserve the front 50 for Superior
Because I'm
residents.
helping to set up tomorrow,
Okay.
so do you want me just to mark off
Yeah.
the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's fine. And then based on who gets there when, if I don't know how many Superior residents or even Louisville residents will show up, but we've had people from all over for the past showings.
So the GSAs will be at the front desk downstairs, so if you all could kind of help manage some of that, that'd be great. And then I already talked to you a little bit about,
Clean up.
getting your panelists set up and then getting chairs put away at the end, because we have a rental in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's when the middle schools do that, it takes like 30 seconds. for the chairs
Yeah,
to get
it's
stacked.
great, and thank you for offering to do that.
Do we know for sure if we're going to have that extra lapel mic?
I asked Michaela about it, and I can check tomorrow when I'm helping with setup. So if it's not there, I'll let you know.
The extra mic would be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you wear that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. Okay. And Tim's there too, and he's good at the tech stuff, so I'll make sure.
Get there a little earlier than.
I'm going to get there like 5:30.
Okay. All right, yeah, so that's going to be good. Anybody
Oh, I
watching or
know, one
listening?
last thing. The conference room that's right behind, kind of, just let the GSAs know if you want that as a room for your panelists for anything.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, Liza, Cap's booth at Chili Fest. So you're on it. Who else? Who's going to help Liza at Chili Fest? I am out of the country.
At what time am I supposed to be here?
That's a good
I
question.
think I've only been to one Chili Fest, honestly.
I think it's darts.
It's like 2 to 5 or something?
Yeah, we,
I think it's just a little later.
and we set up the tent pretty early for, even
Yeah.
for the market.
It didn't take long, I'm sure.
No.
I'll have to look at Hello Superior and find
It's
out.
usually a good source.
Well, with 3 people not here, did any of the 3 not here volunteer to help?
Stephanie probably volunteered, but I don't know that.
Well, probably I can volunteer.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 to 6.
2 to 6.
2 to 6 is the event,
Okay.
and usually they want things set up like an hour before.
An hour, okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And as far as staff's concerned,
Mhm.
they're splitting us into morning and
Mhm.
afternoon, evening shifts, and I don't know what shift I'm on, so
Can I
most likely I'm in the morning shift, so I may not even.
request a booth not facing directly into the sun?
You can
That's
ask.
the thing I'm afraid of.
You can ask.
So I don't know if I'll be on site or not that day.
They are trying to mix it up rather than have like all the beer in one place and all the chili in another place and all the food somewhere else. They're trying to mix it all up so
That's a
people
good
have
idea.
to. So you might have beer on one side, chili
Perfect.
on another.
Okay.
And then a dance company or something
Yeah.
next.
But either way, I'll make sure everything is at your booth,
Mhm.
so that'll be part of them.
Do you have the blanket?
I do, and I meant to bring it to you.
Okay,
But I'll
we'll figure it out.
I'll give it to you.
So if you want to just hang on to it and your clips, but I'll do everything else, kind of like that bag I had.
Okay.
Did you just hang
Big-
it from the tent?
I
Like some
did.
big?
I did, and it was not great.
Oh, really?
It was
Okay.
very windy.
It,
Oh,
it
it
was
was
very
windy.
windy, but it kept, I don't know, it was slippery and the rails were slippery and I just kept kind of straightening it out and punching it up and stuff. So we need better clips than what well, I did bring some really good clips, but we ended up having to use them to keep all of the cardstock from falling over. So there was
Oh,
those little
Really
easels.
windy. Mm, okay.
And we had the posters taped to them so that wind
Mhm.
kept dumping the easels. So I used the clamps to hold the.
I mean, we don't have to hang it. We can just.
Yeah, well, it was good. It was good to have in the background. But the and I can show you. I think I did send a picture. The CAPS banner was along the back, right? So I
Okay.
had it on the side.
We
Just,
could, yeah, we'll figure it out.
so more clamps and weights
yeah, maybe weights for that.
for
Yeah,
stuff.
super windy.
Yeah, okay.
Sir,
I'll send an email to see if there's other volunteers.
real quick, I am going to make an announcement at the movie tomorrow about our upcoming events, about the Mural Festival, some of the other things. Do we want these there for people or?
We may,
For a 2/3 non-superior audience.
How
I
many
would
do we
say
have left, I guess?
only half.
Okay, after the first one, because we're going to need a bunch for the Chili Fest.
Yeah,
There's going to be more action.
there'll be way more at Chili Fest. So I would
Can we
say
give
hold
Chris-
off on
give
that.
Chris like 30 of them or something so that people who really want them can have one or something maybe?
You could have that.
That pack?
Sure.
Okay.
Or take the mini ones, right?
Do we still have those?
We only had like
Oh,
20.
those were just like samples.
Those were the
Yeah.
samples,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I will try to make these for the Superior residents that show up.
Take IDs.
I mean, listen, people want to
Check
come,
IDs.
Show me your full pass.
people want to come back to Superior and see our art. That's kind of what we're after anyway. Maybe they'll get a sandwich while they're here.
That's
So.
right.
Okay. Mural Fest, Artist Talk, I think we already touched on that, right?
Mhm.
Doing that on the first. Okay, great. Made it to work plan check-in. So let's go back to the Artery and the Circle Park area and put Switchy on the spot again.
Here, Sushi, I'm gonna let you drive and,
Yeah, sure.
let me see, I think I'm just gonna hand you the mouse.
Okay,
It's not.
thanks.
I need to cover up my paint on my water bottle.
Okay.
And if you wanna use the keyboard, I think, yeah, you should be able to roll.
But yeah,
It looks like it's sticking
Yes,
out, but
it
it's
does. Okay. You don't have to do it.
Okay, I'll just do it.
So, as JG said on Tuesday of last week, Claire, JG, Leslie, and Matt, we met together to see this segment of the Superior Artery.
Here, do you want me just to arrow for you?
Yeah. And the path that we look, instead of going through the main streets, we started at El Dorado Drive and Cold Creek. Thank you. And we went through Circle Park and then through the trail, passing the community park around the football field between Safeway and the football field, and we ended up at Bolton Road.
Before you move on, just like not to throw any kinks into this at all, but they just rebuilt the roundabout right here, and it's empty in the middle.
Oh,
It's a lovely roundabout. They did a really nice
Quite
job.
functional. They
Quite
did do a good
functional.
job.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Didn't they say they were going to leave it empty,
Somebody
thinking
said-
of art?
Yeah, but it's small and barren, and there's signs like all around that say, you know, like
Oh, yeah,
go
go that
this
way.
way or
Yeah, they
whatever.
do.
So it's maybe not as ideal, but it's just a gravel bed that we could totally put Coyote Hawk on.
well, that's another thing that we learned, that we also need to think about emergencies and all the stuff that the art won't
Right.
be a problem. So as you can see, it's a little bit different from the original path that you were talking about it.
Yeah.
And the reason to use the trail was because we think it's more walkable, and it will be like kind of for people to discover, and the people who usually walk through that path every single day, they might be enjoying more the art.
Yeah. So blue was original.
Blue is the original, and
Yeah.
red is the one
And
that
that
we
was
are
only,
proposing.
I mean, I like what you've done. The only reason that it did what it did was for the school and the pool. That's what it clips over there in the corner, but that's,
I mean, but it's not, it's something we can discuss.
yeah.
If you would like this idea, or we
Yeah.
keep like the main streets instead of the trails. And I think JG already said about this, that the gravel areas are just ready to use, and the town is looking to convert more grass areas into gravel. And we already know that pathways and sidewalk murals are not kind of the best idea because they don't last longer. So this is just a map that we did in order to show what are the points where we like to put art. But we were thinking it's better if we show you, like, this is the start of the pathway. So one of the easiest ways to start is to paint the utility box that are along the way.
Yeah.
So
And
we can,
You talked to Matt?
yeah, he
Okay.
says there's no problem.
No problem, good.
No problem. The only
It's harder than it sounds.
The only ones that we cannot touch are the green ones, which are excels.
Great. Oh,
But-
good.
Apart from that, any other one we can, without any problem, paint as we.
Lovely.
as
Can you go
we like.
back? Can you go back? One more? So like all of this is definitely a mess. All of those are legit to be.
Yeah,
covered?
I will also suggest,
okay.
we have right here a bare monument wall.
We have a lot of those in town.
Yeah, those are, the letters are
It
falling off.
looks stupid.
And there's even lighting. The lighting is still there.
Yeah.
In front of
It
the
looks
wall.
like it was designed to have like a name. for
It
the
did. They
neighborhood.
all, like, as Rock Creek was developed, every neighborhood had a little name, like
Yeah.
Hill Rose and others. And the letters fell off, and the town owns it. No one replaced anything, but it's a great idea because all the lighting is still there. It's still wired.
We were thinking
We
like,
deserve something on that wall.
yeah,
Like
we were
what?
thinking probably like someone like a troll sticking out, or I don't know. We need to think. I think the main issue there is to find, if we want something for this year, it might be, I don't know, the timing to look and buy it. But yeah, thank you for the reminder. Yeah. Okay. So moving. Okay, this is Circle Park, which, by the way, there's no sign about that it is a Circle Park. I think people just know it by, because I was asking, I was lost, and nobody was to tell me where it is. So we're thinking that the easiest and straight way to address this might be using some benches, replacing some benches. These are just some ideas. But we also thought that maybe putting like something in the middle where the picnic tables are, but not so sure if people will like it and how precious those picnic tables are. for people?
The picnic tables are not precious, but that center space is play space for all the kids.
Yeah, especially in the
Kickball
winter.
tournament.
with
And dark
Oh, okay.
Frisbees.
Yeah, that was our concept. Okay.
Snowman.
It's heavily used,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So benches are a better idea.
Around the perimeter, not in
Uh-huh.
the center.
Okay.
I think those picnic tables get pushed around by the teams.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
But they use the space.
Oh, yeah.
It's also an unofficial off-leash dog park.
Right.
Oh, we'll see. Okay, so that's a no. Also, these sculptures, I was very excited about them, but they are from a Chinese company, so.
It's very cool, and
Super
maybe,
cool.
I mean, they can be, it's funny, it's called Circle Park, my kids being how they are, call it Triangle Park, because of the way the paths make all the little triangles at the corners, right? So maybe this can go in one of the triangles or something like that.
There are a lot of triangles on the sides.
You should make, one in each triangle.
Just
So-
a caution though, like all the neighbors that back up to it, we'll need to work with them. Some of them get really particular about changes.
Yeah, that was also a concern.
Okay.
And also because some of the benches are very close to properties. So we're not so sure how much, even though it's not, that space belongs to the government, we're not so sure how much they want to see a change there.
My kids call this section the human zoo,
Why?
because you're walking basically through people's backyards.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
and,
they like
and I
clean their
think that was
cages.
another point was if we get it too close to a fence, then people are going to feel like people are standing right at their backyard.
And when we've talked in the past about the ARTery and the things you could do with it, they're not necessarily art, like the backyard music or a Halloween march or a 5K or whatever, this is the section that always comes to mind, right? Where it is kind of a way that you could embrace the neighborhoods.
Yeah, the SES 5K used to run
So
on that one.
we were thinking that maybe we can put something like this on the path. Those poles or those
I love those.
Yeah, those
Peace
are
poles
pretty.
have
Peace
been part
poles.
of our, yeah, we've
With solar lights on the top.
tried that a couple times. We tried to
Okay.
do it as a community engagement, and it really didn't work.
Okay, peace poles.
No, I'm not saying don't do it, I'm saying that
those
we
are-
just do it without asking for help.
Or just buy them.
Just buy 'em, just-
Yeah.
Stop asking
Okay.
for help.
This is an area that we really like it because the city is planning to convert it to a gravel area.
Wow.
And it has the shadow already. The thing is that it's very close to
Low, yeah.
to that property and is the street that closest to enter the community park, right? So we were thinking maybe we can put a sculpture or maybe we can try to put a bench that might look like a rock so it's not that disturbing for the neighbors where people can sit and just enjoy the shadow. But there's
Bear-inspired work is a good way to go now.
Huh?
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, they're relevant.
Yeah.
And then we were walking and we came to this point that we don't know really what to do here. Matt said we can put some sculptures or something in the hill, the little hill that you can see.
That would be so.
I was
Stroller,
thinking
yeah.
something that is, because the football field is right next to it, maybe something that shows activity or movement will be nice. Or maybe paint the handrails. I think something in the cement, in the walking place will be nice, but we'll see that they don't last.
Some of the most creative murals I've ever seen have incorporated, the pipe that's in the wall or the handrail or, these kinds of things. So maybe there's something you can incorporate, make some kind of animal out of it or I don't know.
And then there are these fences that go with the field. So we're thinking probably a type of art like this. And this is, how do you call this?
Shed.
A shed.
Yep.
That maybe that we can use now, or maybe we can save it for another place for mural festival.
Yeah, we thought about that one
It has been
before.
on the list, yeah.
We know that one's owned by AT&T, right? Yeah.
Or they
They lease part of it.
Yeah.
But Matt said we can
Yeah.
paint it.
Yep.
They've
All
told
right.
us. they've told us repeatedly that that next wall too gets I'm not sure if it's this one or actually the one that's inside where the dumpsters are. They keep saying that gets graffitied,
I've yet to find it.
and I've yet to
but-
find it, but they told us that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they've
yeah,
said
I
that.
probably have pictures of it, but some of it got wiped off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've said, they've hinted that if we painted it, maybe it wouldn't get attacked so much.
I would love to see a graffiti strike zone,
Uh-huh.
right? Where that box is. That's what kids throw their balls against.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But doing like a graffiti or like a tunnel view of a strike zone.
Wile E. Coyote, yeah.
At Circle Park?
No, on that
Here?
utility shed.
And so some points for consideration, I don't know if it will be beneficial to have themes for each ARTery segment. For example, this one might be where movement meets serenity because of the movement that happens in Circle Park and the community park, but it also have these tranquil paths. And as again, how many art pieces are enough for each segment? And which criteria must we use when choosing public art? I don't know if you have any hints or ideas about what should be like one or two things that they need to be present when we decide, okay, this is the art that we want to present, to choose.
This was a great presentation and very thoughtful. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
We should discuss, and I just, being the engineer, one of the things I think we need to consider is that it's August. So September, October, November, December, right? And we've got a budget for this. And that third of a year is shockingly little time to make it happen. So one of the considerations we're going to have as a part of this is our ability to get it done. At the very least, purchased. We can and have in the past spilled the install into the following year, but it takes longer than you think. So some of them, like if we're going to have to do a bunch of, for example, neighborhood engagement to see about whether a Circle Park tall thing is going to fly, I'm not sure we'll be able to get that done by December. We may just have to make that part of the plan for next year.
And do we need to engage the neighbors?
We don't have to, but it probably could.
Yeah.
Especially if there's certain parts that are pretty close to their house.
And what would be the best way to engage? Because, I mean, I don't know.
No, we don't need it. That's a great question, and this is just, we just muddle through it together and figure it out. Postcards, knocking on doors.
I will talk to all my neighbors.
Yeah.
Do you live over there?
I live right there.
Oh, you live right there? Yeah, and thanks for that, because I live on open space, and now I'm always going to think of my house as like a zoo display.
Do you have a WhatsApp?
Walking by
Every time I jog by, I'm like,
You're like, what are
I
they
do
doing
not
up
have
there?
I'm always looking to see if you guys
Because-
found it.
But the one,
Sometimes we are.
I live in downtown Superior,
Yeah.
near Central Park, and we have a WhatsApp for all of them.
Smart.
yeah. No, I think Rock Creek mostly just trolls this Facebook. That's where
Okay.
not a good place to try to do this.
Yeah, and being that it's September, I mean, definitely don't have time for a full-blown commission, call for art and then a commission. But the group has talked a lot about ready-made
Yeah, art.
work.
Yeah, and some of that stuff, if you scroll back, right, the kids on the hill, the fence artwork, the creative benches under the trees, right? A lot of that stuff I think could be found and installed pretty readily. Some of this,
Okay.
a lot of that I think we could totally do in 3 or 4 months. The Noble Winds.
Do we have time to talk about it?
Yes, so, we've always got the CAPS resolution on here.
Yeah.
But with 3 missing members, maybe not a good idea.
And then the 2027 work plan I put on here, we need to be thinking about that in the same way, but I also kind of sprung that on you guys, so it might be okay to just say for that, we need to be thinking and planning over the next month or two what we're going to do next year, how we're going to budget, if we're going to do the films again, if we want to do something completely different, Sundance. So I'm not sure that'll be a very fruitful discussion unless you guys have big ideas. So anyway, I think we can spend half an hour on this.
Okay. I think can we go to the questions, the consideration slide?
Here's. That's all back to you, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Yeah. One of the things that frustrated me a little bit about our last art acquisition sprint was the pieces that we got, we ended up putting in places that I found not awesome. And part of the consideration of those location selections was, we don't want people to play with the art, right? And I think that that's not what we should be going for as a theme or criteria. I would really, especially for that particular area where it gets so heavily used by families in Circle Park, having art that you can actually touch and play with would be really, really, I think, important for the families.
100%. It's the complete opposite. This is interactive.
Yeah.
Like, can you go back to your benches slide, that
Like the teeter-totter bench, that kind of stuff is awesome.
bench, or just these ones that look like they're cantilever, they're not even,
Reconciliation benches.
keep going to the one with the tunnel one. These guys, yeah, I mean, that's just,
Those
they're
are so
cool.
cool.
The
And they're meant
banana
to be-
peel one's cool.
I love that
They're all cool.
caterpillar.
Even just the ones that are cantilevered, they're just novel and neat and.
Someone trying to break it.
Now, Neil very softly over here suggested, but I heard him, that maybe you should put a bear, something over there, because isn't that near where we have a Superior Bear now?
Oh, we
Oh,
do,
yeah.
in our
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Got caught
Yeah,
in,
maybe
like, what,
we need to-
near Purple Park. I think?
Was it caught?
Did they catch
Yeah, they did catch it.
I
Where
think
does
it's
he
Monday.
live? Or what's he doing? Where's he hanging out?
No one
He's
knows.
a baby.
Yeah, where's his mother? Maybe we need to do.
Where's the father?
I nobody asks that, right? Where's the mother?
But Chris, to your point, like, on Pearl Street, there's a bunch of, those like, snails and things
Yeah.
that people
I
crawl all
love those.
over.
Yeah.
And the big rocks you walk between.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 100%. Coyote Hawk is very much, I will cut you.
So more interactive art.
Yeah, participatory art, stuff that you can actually like touch. Maybe not play with, because that might have involve moving parts, but just like stuff you're not worried about the kids falling off of, or.
And there's companies that specifically make playground equipment, and they've gotten much more creative and artistic with it. So it could just be another avenue besides looking just for an artist. There's other avenues we could look at, especially for safety in mind, for different groups.
Is that a banana peel? That's so
Yeah.
cute. That's so cute.
Yeah, if it serves more than one purpose, maybe they could raid the park budget.
Yeah.
But I mean, having, when you talk about the density of pieces along that kind of stretch, just having a whole stretch of different types of interactive art is I think, a really interesting idea.
Do you want to be able to stand at one and see the next one from where you're standing type
That
thing?
would be amazing.
You think?
But having
Like visually
that
connect
walk,
them.
right, so, entering at Coal Creek, right, the utility boxes are now cool. And then maybe there's a tall thing in the triangle, and then there's a bench at the bottom of Circle Park, and then there's the thing under the tree, and then there's the figures on the hill at the end, right? And it just turns that walk into it's just interesting and engaging or whatever, right? Going all the way
Participatory
down.
art.
Yeah.
It's immersing you in the art, and I think that's a really valuable environment to create.
And they're also not so big. I feel like, we could probably do like all of that. Gigi, I don't know, to put you on the spot, do we happen to know the remaining capital budget with the 5K from the videography deducted already? You keep in your spreadsheet? I can
look it up.
Yeah, just kind of idly while we're
Yeah,
talking.
I'm due to give you a budget report next month, but I'm happy to pull that up.
Thank you. 'Cause mine didn't have the photo deduction in it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that any of these things are extremely expensive. We could probably do a bunch of the little interactive things.
Well, I think
That one's
the windmill's expensive.
Yeah.
The wind-
That one right there is probably what, 8K, something like
I would guess closer to 10 or 12.
that. I know that website.
I could pull up those bids.
Yeah.
How about like a giant mushroom house that you can walk into? Wouldn't that be cool?
Let's say this more
Can we get Tim to make us a haunted house?
I think that's a cool idea too.
8,500?
That's blank, right? And
Oh, you found it?
they're available. You just buy them off the internet.
Oh, okay.
You just wrap them yourself or something?
Yeah, so then you'd have to have the community do it, or hire an artist, or wrap it, or something. Yeah.
So that, yeah, I think a lot of them, you can buy them primed so that you can have people paint.
That's under 5K.
It does seem like a lot for being recycled.
For what it
Okay,
is.
so once Claire come back, we get in touch with you.
Well, it could be, as you know, considering the timeline, I think a good conversation would be, do you just purchase and we store? Maybe place one or two if we're able to, but like, I guess how many pieces do you want, and the research.
Right, because what we have to do, and this takes months, is we'll have to decide, right? And so, the pieces need to be for sale or whatever, right? So presuming that we picked some locations and you guys had specific pieces that you could show us and say these are for sale, we then have to add the budget up, vote here. The earliest we could do that is next month, short of a special meeting, right? Mm-hmm. Then we need to run it past the council. So then we create a memo in the next council, the next Monday, 2 or 3 Mondays out, the council, and they're generally very supportive. I wouldn't expect.
Yeah, we really only have 4 meetings left. We can get 2 in September, 2 in October, nothing in November.
Yeah.
So that makes it really hard.
A lot of time.
Upon that approval, then Judy could go out and make purchases, and then we could start. Then there's snow on the ground because it's mega
Hopefully.
LD here. Yeah.
But I think the part that worries me most is to ask neighbors about it.
Yeah, and I may have been over suggesting it. Like with Purple Park was, when we redid Purple Park, it was dramatically different. And we didn't do a specific outreach to the neighbors or anything. So we just sort of did a broad outreach. Like, hey, this is the change. Do you have any comments? So we don't have to go and ask every single neighbor. We can just sort of describe, this is the ARTery, and these are the things that we're thinking about. Come say your piece. Like
So maybe we can do it through communications.
I think we should. If you start looking for specific homeowner feedback, it's going to be very asymmetric.
I feel like then you're giving some people the opportunity to veto.
Right. And that's
Because,
not.
we did have that with the prairie dog that was put at the Riverbend Park, right? Riverbend Pond, that people didn't.
I don't know what.
And then they moved it, so.
Yeah.
Andrew, was that you?
It was.
I was so happy. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
It was awesome.
So,
So which way do you think we need to go?
Well, and there also is, if that slows us down, I think some of the things you presented here, like the stuff that is closer to Community Park, the fence, I think is non-controversial. Maybe the figures on the hill, non-controversial. Probably the area under the trees. There's 1 or 2 houses, but that's also very kind of a dark and shady corner anyway. I suspect not very controversial. The boxes at the top of the hill, the utility boxes. Nobody's going to do anything but love that.
I can't imagine saying, no, I don't want to be able to see that art from my house, but
Yeah.
maybe.
So I think there's several of these things.
I know almost all of the neighbors on Breen in between the utility boxes in Circle Park. So, and that's like the wide side of the grass is along the backside of the Breen houses. So I know almost all of those neighbors, and I can ask them directly.
On the other side, so you could literally just walk there.
I know much on the other side of it.
A safe bet, since there's not a lot of time, is to maybe focus on the November council meeting and focus on areas that Andrew's just talking about, some of the safer areas, so that maybe the engagement happens next year.
I'm sorry, we won't have it in November.
No, okay, I'm sorry. So what did you say, 1 in October?
2 in October, then 1 in December.
Okay.
Maybe 2 in December.
So maybe 1 in October, and then, so maybe shoot for like the later one, or the December one might be really hard to get on their agenda, but
Yeah,
It'll be a whole
so,
new-
so basically,
it'll
we're
be a
whole
saying
new,
to approve
whole
the
new
next
group.
month. Yeah, we essentially just said we needed to approve this at our next meeting, I think, is right? The September meeting, and then have an October council meeting.
So the balance, without trying to dig it up
Yeah.
through here, your balance minus the video and photography production is 37,300.
Thank you.
Okay.
So Chief, can you go back to the view from the, kind of the whole circle park view? Yeah, and this is, we're at the bottom, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the
Looking
south
north.
end.
So this, there's a big tree, this is one of the triangles, right?
Yeah, there used to be a prairie dog there.
Yeah, that's right, flats on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a big tree there. I was thinking that, you know, because Chris, you were just saying, you know, everyone up here, right?
Yep.
And then there's houses here that are, but, you know, so a piece here might be doable in terms of engagement. If Chris
Well,
has
with
it.
something like that, the prairie dog used to be there. I don't think there was any engagement before the prairie dog ended up there.
And they didn't like it?
No, the prairie dog was fine. But when the one got stolen, we took all the prairie dogs and put them away.
But you're not talking about taking that tree out in order to
No,
put
no,
something there, right? So
No, no.
it would have to be something relatively small.
Yeah, not the big flower, but
Right.
something small engagement.
Yeah, I mean, like right here in this grass pad, there's room for something tall.
And that would be a 2027 project with some engagement, maybe.
Yeah. Because we also know the neighbors, or we know most of the people that live right here.
And
One of
there's-
them works for the town.
There's a gravel area. Oh, there's a relatively not that small gravel area on this side.
On
Yeah.
this side over here?
Mhm.
When you turn to the other
Oh,
arm,
it's
there's a
lining the fence there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah.
And it's really close to the fence.
Yeah.
This would be a more appropriate area, like right here.
Yeah, but the thing there is they need to the irrigation system and
So are we limited to where the town is thinking about putting gravel pads in?
no. I think if I understood right, he said we can do it. It's going to take more work.
It'll take longer if we have to add the fact that we want to tear out grass and put.
But are there places that are already designated where the grass is coming out, that we can see where those areas are?
I think he mentioned a few, like that tree area, they know they're going to redo.
But that's hard.
But if they can reduce grass in general in spots, I think they'd be really open to suggestions.
Okay.
How tall was that?
Just to reduce water.
I don't know, but I want to get them.
You get a lot of kids riding their bikes in circles on the path right here. Just
Okay.
doing loops and loops and loops.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so Claire's not here, so you gotta
Yeah,
report back. Can you go back
Okay.
to your map then?
Done.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the, well, actually, you stopped. This is the hill, right? The bridge is here,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that's the hill. And then I guess way up here was where your shed was. or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
But we said maybe we'd save that for the mural
Yeah.
festival. So it kind of ends here. So between here and the boxes,
That's like 3/4 of a mile.
it feels like, especially with the pieces are a little bit smaller and sort of engaging. Can you and Claire focus on that region for $37,000 and bring us a presentation?
Yeah, sure, we can. I think we can do that. Yeah.
And then let's, the three of us work together and I'll try to find some resources
Thank you.
for purchase
Correct. Thank you.
places.
thinking of
Chris, you had a
engaging
couple too,
like
didn't
that.
you?
What's that?
That's engaging. You could crawl in there.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, it's huge.
And how much is that?
It doesn't. But look,
Send it.
you
Will
could like, isn't that cute?
Will you send that to me?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's not like from Temu. I haven't looked very closely.
I mean, I think this checks all the boxes. We talked about focusing on a region. It's a lovely region. Got some great ideas, engaging. I'm very pleased.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, and then I think learning everything that we have up to date, you know, maybe kind of having an early timeline and
Okay.
planned for next year. Yeah, if there's like any commissions or things you want to do that will really take a long time. Yeah, we should start early.
Yep. That'll be high on the 2027 work plan list. It's just acquisition for next year. Any more comments, go backs, anything on ARTery? JJ, you guys made that really cool mural artist flyer checkbox, you know, catch 'em all thing.
Mm-hmm.
I still think something like that for the ARTery, even as we're developing it and we have to keep adding and changing to it, but something like that would be really cool to have a poster, flyer, postcard, something that just showed people. So.
Yeah.
I was, when I saw the coloring books for the statues that were at the Civic Center, there was things I had no idea we had. I only go where I go, and it was just like so eye-opening to see all these things.
For
My
what?
kids love
The
the
coloring
coloring
books.
books.
Oh.
We're educational.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Good job, JG.
Yeah.
I
We
could see
need to
that
do
being
more.
similar is what I
We
was
should do
also
more.
saying.
Yeah,
I should do
We've
more.
talked about part of the labeling of the artwork that was that you saw, right? Where the idea is to have QR codes on there
Yeah.
that will link back to a website, and we kind of want to spiffy all that up kind of in a spiral, you know, and make the website something that people can maybe put on a map like Lafayette has and click through and find things you haven't encountered before.
If I, as a committee member, wanted to propose an art project to go on the ARTery, is that something I could
Something
bring to the committee,
want to buy or build yourself.
build, or do? Like, I'd like to do something with one of the dead trees.
We're not allowed to
Yeah.
because they're habitat.
I would try to make it better habitat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Take that
With
to,
little coast, like little
open
like
space.
mailboxes outside the little mouse holes in them. Like, what do you mean? Make them better habitat? Awnings, flower boxes?
Bat housings for insect control.
You know, it'd be, I think, a really great idea is to maybe have one of our open space rangers come in and talk. And that would be a really great partnership in my mind.
you know, I tried to get.
And potentially open the OSAC, Open Space Committee.
Mhm.
Again, I just think, you know, collaborating with other committees is fun, but it could be really informative, and they might have some really great information about something like that.
Birdhouses.
Oh,
That's funky.
And then, I kind of think it's similar to Sherry's idea for the peace polls. So I do think it's a good conversation for the group to have if CAPS members want to create pieces for the ARTery.
yeah, and then, you know, somebody actually emailed in with that, chainsaw thing, right, which I think met steep resistance, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
still kind of fun.
Well, and I think part of that was wanting to use,
Trees, or the existing trees.
some of the Marshall Fire trees, and there's,
We've been told a couple of times that there's a bunch of big stumps back behind the
Yeah,
building.
there's a bunch back here.
So there could be a chainsaw festival.
When they cleared out a lot of the dead trees from the creek, to put some of the stumps at the back of this RV town hall.
so if you go in the kitchen,
Future chainsaw sculpting.
My nephew is a chainsaw artist. Isn't that random?
but I think that's a worthy conversation, like if it's something that you are still interested in doing, or if you're interested in doing.
All right. If there's no other go-backs, I'm going to go on to the last thing that has a vote on it, which is this Curati thing. So I talked to Andy, who owns it, and the fee to use Curati for the Mural Festival is $80. I know. And do you guys remember, are you familiar with
Is that
the
the thing where you upload your pictures?
Yes, it's like a hyper-local social media type
That
thing,
sounds
right?
so cool. Yeah, I thought
we
so.
get to, we customize our thing, right? So you can like, people submit their photos, and then you can rank other people's, and you know, we get to create the scale, and it's always really positive. You know, it goes from, you know, great to outstanding, into, you know,
Yeah.
instead of, you know, and the icons go from, you know, how many fireworks for the 4th of July or whatever. You can customize the whole thing, right? And then you can choose, if you want to have prizes for highest rank photos and stuff. So if we were interested in doing that, we would have to budget for prize, you know, some kind of reward if we wanted to. I don't think we have to, but the platform, installing and using the app, you know, inherently comes with licensing, you know, a thing you check when you do that. So the town would get access to all the media. We get to have it at the end. So it would be a way for us to collect, crowdsource all those images.
How do you get people on board to use it?
Well, that's the thing, right? So you'd probably want the QR code at every artist, you know, on their little easel or whatever they had here and handing out. I think the chamber hands out like business card type things with QR codes on them and that kind of thing. So
this means,
engagement is
like,
definitely a big part.
Take a selfie of yourself with this artist in the background type thing,
Anything.
or whatever.
And
'Cause
we-
people
we-
love to take pictures.
And we could
of
ask for a
themselves.
theme, you know, you could say
Yeah.
like for the 4th of July, they, you know, it's a float photo, or it's a first responder photo, or whatever that you're ranking, you know, so we could say the art or the artist or spectators or whatever it is that we're trying to do. We don't have to. It sounds like we got
We might have a lot of coverage too.
the town doing photography. We've hired a photographer and a videographer. I'll be there.
And the other thing too, and I know it came up a long time ago when Curati came up. I know they were trying to work with the town, and it's great to hear that they're working with the chamber, but I think the town was a little hesitant just because anybody and everybody can upload, and there's no way to.
There is a moderation step, so you don't have to turn it on, but when I did it, I used it for the photo walk. And I was the moderator. I had to approve every single photo that went through. So you can do
Oh,
that
okay.
if you want to have moderators, but you don't have to. So we used a couple of times for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Did you
Filter
like
out all
it?
the interesting ones.
Yes, but what JG brought up is the most important thing, is getting people to use it, right? I mean, you can, it seemed to me to be bipolar. People that saw it and were really interested were taking a bunch of pictures, and somebody turns in 20 amazing ones, and then just so many people just, no idea, didn't want to install the app. I think it is, you can do it in the web though. QR code will take you to a web thing, so you don't even have to install anything. But
It's,
I'm on the fence.
I don't know, it's $80.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another layer of participation for those who want to take it that far. It's not like,
But
I wouldn't.
it's coming up with the signage and all of that, and
We have to
like,
invest a little in.
would Curati create the signage, or would the town have to do
I
that?
think we'd have to do that. I would not expect that for an $80 fee, honestly.
Yeah.
So would this just be just for this one event, or is that something you have for like the
The
rest?
$80 is an event fee. I
An
think
event fee,
the
okay.
chamber has a license. So actually, if we really wanted to bad enough, we could involve the chamber and ask them to do this. That would be something we could do.
I'm going to talk to Renee tomorrow about Mural Fest, so I can ask.
Okay.
Good.
Could we tell
maybe
people?
that's the way, because then the chamber could co-promote essentially,
Could
right?
we have the app at the Chili Fest booth saying download this app now, like ahead of time? And because we don't want people to have to be downloading the app at the mural festival,
Yeah, but I think
right?
you just scan the QR code and
So you don't need the app.
I think it's a web app.
Okay.
So you scan a QR code and it comes up and you can upload and
Okay.
take pictures.
Well, let me know how that goes and how we might go about creating signage, because we've got a 1,000,000-mile long list of signage and things, and we could just add it in, but I need to know ahead of time.
To vote on this next month, why don't we start with Neil talking to Renee
Yeah.
tomorrow and
So
see how
we'll-
that goes?
Push that off.
Maybe the chamber, they may jump at a chance to be
Yeah.
involved in the Mural Festival.
Or they may say, you guys waited this long to tell us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see a Curati app on the App Store. So maybe it's all web.
Oh, so you're thinking maybe the QR code just goes straight to their site?
Right.
At which point there's no download friction. Unless it's just really poorly, I mean, Apple's search is always terrible, but
It's QRATI.
yeah.
For sure it's like in a better way. Okay, 7:55, I don't think we'll start anything new. Any go backs? Last minute ads? Okay, well then let's adjourn this CAPS meeting at 7:55 PM.
Earliest ever.
Earliest ever. Crushed it.